You're listening to quality Christ-centered content
delivered with excellence.
This is
WIAMradio.com podcasting.
I'm Julie.
And I'm Dez.
And we're the Gals. Real life, real talk from real women.
So grab your coffee
and let's chat.
Gals Podcast, I'm
Welcome.
Dez.
I'm Julie.
And we're so excited that you're listening with us today.
Yes.
We hope you're encouraged and hope you feel loved.
Yes. We don't want anyone to not feel loved.
Exactly. So, what you got?
What am I drinking today?
Yeah.
Well, I am drinking a soy latte from Starbucks, or Starbies as I like to call it.
Starbies, that's so funny.
Starbies, yeah. Big fan of their soy latte.
Me
I was
too.
thinking about the PSL, but I think I've overplayed it.
Yeah.
So I need
Already?
to take a step
Really?
back. I know. I had a weird thing happen to me yesterday where I tried to make my own pumpkin spice latte, add some spices to my milk, and I was so excited.
I saw that.
And then
Did you
I frothed
post it on
it.
Instagram?
Yes, but once I took a sip of it, I realized that it was actually chili powder and not cinnamon. Worst surprise. It was terrible, but it took me 2 sips to figure out what the problem was. I was like, something is weird.
Oh my.
Yeah, it was a big letdown.
Gosh. Funny story, just because you said that, it triggered another memory. In my senior year of high school, I took a cooking class, okay? So we were making this chocolate pudding pie.
Oh.
And it called for 2 cups of sugar.
Okay.
Can you guess what 2 cups that I was responsible of putting in, I actually put in?
You were responsible for the sugar cups?
I was responsible for the sugar. But
Salt?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That's
the kind of stuff I do regularly, obviously. Chili powder. You can tell.
I cannot forget the look on my friend's face when she took a first bite.
Ew, that's terrible. I mean, like, people do put like a little bit of salt with chocolate sometimes.
Sure, yeah, but not
yeah,
2
cups of salt with no sugar. Ew.
I still remember how it tasted.
my
I'm
goodness.
like, I had one job. And I don't know if we got a grade on it or whatever, but I was like, you know what? It's my senior year. I don't care. I don't care if I put sugar or salt in my chocolate pudding pies. So,
but you still did it.
I did it.
And you know what? Hey, lesson learned.
I think I passed.
Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. It doesn't matter at this point.
And that is why I don't cook to this day. Julie and I don't cook.
We do not cook.
But Broc's a good cook.
He is a good cook. Yeah. Maybe sometime he'll like share a recipe or something silly on here.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah. What kind of coffee are you drinking?
Yes. So I have sadly switched to decaf.
You switched to decaf?
Yeah. And we were talking about anxiety last week.
Yes.
And so one of the things was, coffee makes anxiety worse, obviously.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
a trigger.
It's totally a trigger. And if you drink alcohol, which I don't, you should stay away from alcohol too.
Yeah,
that's
also
a trigger. And I was reading about caffeine and how it attaches to like your brain cells or something. It just scared me so bad. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a break on coffee or do like a half calf kind of thing.
Yeah, totally.
And I'm flying to Georgia and I don't like traveling. So I'm flying out this Sunday to record some vocals on some new music. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be having panic attacks that whole time. Because last time I was there, it was not a good trip. I was anxious the whole time. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to give up coffee for a little bit and then reintroduce it little by little. But not go back to like a venti soy latte with 3 extra. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally understand.
Yeah.
I try to be careful too because I really do love coffee. Like I don't need it to be
too.
caffeinated. I just like really love coffee.
Love the taste.
I know how people don't like it, but
I don't get it either. So.
You let us know who likes it.
Yeah.
Do you not? If you don't like it, why? Why don't you like it?
Yes.
I want to know.
Comment on our Insta or at the Gals Podcast.
Tell us why you don't like it.
Or comment below.
We're just curious.
I think on Spreaker they give you a chance to comment below our podcast.
Great,
but not Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify keeps it clean.
Yeah, it's not Facebook.
It real clean.
It's not social.
No.
So anyway, let's do a little icebreaker.
Okay.
What's in your purse?
What's in my purse
Julie?
currently? Yeah. I don't have many a good thing in my purse today.
I probably don't either.
I have, always your extra deodorant. Because you just, full size.
Full size, too. Oh my gosh, I need a purse just for it.
Wait. And
OMG.
Just
what
as
is
big
that?
as the full size of the deodorant is a ginormous bottle of ibuprofen because I
is huge.
have some pain issues that I'm dealing with. And just so you know, this has been in my purse forever. Like, I don't even like to take ibuprofen. I just let it live there. I have some sunglasses.
It is the equivalent height of your grande latte.
We'll take a picture of this and we'll post it to our Facebook so people can see what it looks
there,
like.
The three right there.
I have a lot of receipts. I also have a pear stress ball.
Oh,
it looks like a pear, and it smells good.
And you said you didn't have anything interesting in your purse. I'm like,
I don't have that.
Right now.
It's really all I have. I mean, I have Purell as usual. I'm a big fan of Handsitizer, as my kids call it, and some. My in-ear monitors.
I always carry my in-ear monitors everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere I go. I mean, it is what it is.
And what you're with actually my company right now. Well, not my company.
My company.
But you just purchased some custom in-ears from Alclair.
Yes, I did.
Shout out to Alclair.
Thank you, Alclair. I can't wait to get them.
You want to sponsor the Gals Podcast?
Hey, we'll take more of them. We'll take more of them. Yes, I got the tour version.
Oh, yeah.
And they have some sparkle on the outside.
Yeah,
I mean, who doesn't love a good sparkle?
I love my in-ears. They've lasted me 5+ years.
I'm excited to have them actually molded to my ear.
Oh, it's awesome.
I don't know what it's going to be like, but I'm really excited.
It's awesome.
Getting the molds
weird.
Was bizarre, though.
Yeah.
That was a weird experience.
They have you hold that. What did you go to?
What's
what
audiologist? Audiologist. And they put this like spackle-ish type, I don't know how to explain it in your ear. But when they put it in, you also have to like chew at the same time.
Yes.
And it fills your ear and you can't hear anything.
Yeah,
it's
completely
so
isolated.
Strange. But I can't wait to get them. Super excited, Claire.
That's how it's like, though, as you actually have them in during your set.
I can't wait for that.
You feel really isolated.
Yeah.
But now that we have the overhead mics to hear like the room and stuff, so shout out to all the musicians who know what we're talking about.
Sorry about this. Is a little musician tangent.
Yes.
But when you don't have any access to hearing the room, which I'm sure you guys get, musician fam, it makes you feel like you're in a closet by yourself and you're not actually participating with the rest of the band. So
that's the biggest challenge I've had with custom molds. But I think they do create other molds that let it breathe a little bit more, but I don't know. I haven't really looked into it. I've just heard about that. So,
but I'm excited.
Anything else you want to share that's in your purse?
The only other thing I got to say, I don't have a ton of other stuff in my purse, but one time my sister put a potato in my purse to see how long it would take for me to notice that there was a potato in there, because that's how much stuff is in my bag. And I don't know how long it was. I want to say a week.
How big was the potato?
Like a regular sized white potato.
Wow.
And when I found it, I was like, 100% she put that in there. Like I knew it as soon as I saw it that it was hilarious. Her. But yeah, it was in there for a while. So
it's just part of the family, the purse family at that
exactly.
moment.
It worked.
Okay. So
what about you?
I've got a napkin.
Oh.
I have so many Starbucks napkins.
They
accumulate in my purse.
We do our best.
Well, also, I always need them on hand because Tristan always makes a mess. I mean, constantly.
Well, he's 3. It happens.
And we're always on the go in the car, and he's always eating and drinking in his car seat. So I need to give him a napkin or 10. So let's see what else I got. Well, I always have my phone, my in-ears. Everything's got to match. Cute. So I got a pink in-ear case with my pink glittery custom molds. And I've got some Utterly Smooth Hand Cream.
I love that it's called Utter Butter.
I know, isn't the best? I've got Virtua chapstick.
Shout out to Virtua for giving out chapstick for little promos. What else we got?
I didn't know this was in here. A Hot Wheels.
Instructional?
What is this? I didn't even know this was in here.
Instructions for a Hot Wheels car?
Hack the Track Hot Wheels. This must have been from like a McDonald's run that I did with him, and it came in a Happy Meal. Yep, that's exactly what it is. I'm going to throw that away. I also have ibuprofen, but it is half the size of your bottle.
Let's just do like a little.
We need, oh my gosh.
It's not, this isn't something to be proud of.
No,
I'm not proud of this ibuprofen.
Don't be proud of that.
I'm not at all.
A wallet. I've got a Chewy bar.
Ooh, see, you've got some goodies in there.
I've got a hair clip. I've got Vaseline, travel size.
That's the tiniest Vaseline I've ever seen. It's so cute.
And more Starbucks napkins.
So really, the moral of the story is that you're a hoarder of Starbucks napkins.
I totally am. I love my Starbucks.
Who doesn't?
It gets me awake and gets me going. Anyway, that is it for what's in our purse. If you want to share what's in your purse, please,
let us know if you guys have,
below.
carry anything weird.
Yes, carry anything weird.
Or if, one day you're like, how did that even get in there? We want to know. Because I feel moms and women, we just put stuff in there.
Like my Hot Wheels hack the track instruction manual. So
today, Des is going to interview me,
yes,
I think, to get to know me for you guys, I guess, and for herself. Who knows?
For myself, too.
I don't really know. I have not seen any of these questions. This is a total, surprise to me.
Surprise.
So I'm a little nervous about it.
Don't be nervous. Well, maybe you should be a little bit.
See, I knew it. Just a little bit.
Julie has no idea what I'm going to be asking her. So I tried to find some, lighthearted questions, some questions about your fam, and some random things that should hopefully spark some good conversation. Also, let's do some birthday shout outs. We've got Ryan. Happy 21st birthday, Ryan. Sad birthday right now. My nephew passed away 5 years ago, but his birthday is October 8th.
He actually gets the best celebration ever. He gets to hang out with Jesus.
Thank you, Julie,
such a good
for putting everything
such a
in
good
perspective.
birthday.
So happy happy 5th birthday in heaven, Xavier. And my birthday is actually coming up.
I know
next
it is.
Sunday. Yes, October 6th. So.
She's a birthday babe. This is her birthday week, guys.
Yes, my birthday week.
Flood all of her social medias with
Send
birthday
me your
wishes.
gifts.
We like birthday weeks. We like a birthday month. So flood it on over.
It's birthday month. It's
That's
not a
right.
birthday. It's a birth month.
Oh, I know.
I know.
I'm with you.
It's a birth year. Anyway. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, real easy.
Okay.
Favorite color?
White.
Get out of here, really?
Yes.
I think you did tell me that before.
Favorite color is white.
That's funny. My husband is black.
Yeah, I love white.
You guys are weird.
I know. I'm about the neutral.
Favorite food?
Oh. I don't have the greatest relationship with food.
Yeah, because you are on a special diet, too.
Yeah, I have some allergies, but I guess if I would have to pick something all the time, it would be French fries. I can't even help it. It's like
French
a go-to.
fries, yeah.
I just think they're so delicious. I love any type of potato, which is ironic from the potato in the purse. But I really do. I love all types of potato. So potatoes.
Well, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Can you have ketchup?
Yeah.
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 All right. Well, what's your birthday?
November 14th.
So yours is coming up too.
It is coming up.
Oh my gosh.
Birthday month and birthday month.
Put it on your calendars, everybody. November 14th. Favorite TV show?
Friends.
Got it.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Forever and ever, Friends. Amen.
That's so funny because I try my best to get into that show and I just can't.
Oh, maybe we should watch it together.
Maybe we should. Maybe it'll be funnier if we watch it together.
Yeah.
Maybe Friends needs
a friend?
Needs a friend.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No
Friends
problem.
watching Friends. Mm-hmm. Favorite movie?
Oh, this is going to be hard. Because my go-to favorite movie would have to be Princess Bride.
Oh my gosh, I love that movie.
Because I just love that movie. I could just watch it any day, any time. Yeah. Along with Labyrinth, two classics.
Labyrinth, is that?
With David Bowie.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Oh, we got to turn that around.
Okay.
And then musical, Grease. I'm a big Grease person. And then recently, I really love the new Queen movie, which for some reason has escaped me of the name.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody. Why I didn't have it? Why I didn't have it? I don't know. I could watch that 1,000 times over. I just love the story. I love the music. I love watching them record and seeing what goes into it. And I just think the musicality and musicianship is on another level. And
absolutely.
It was nice to see how each of them had input into it. So.
Yeah, I love those kind of movies. I loved Selena growing up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think every girl...
Tear my heartstrings straight out with that movie.
Every girl wanted to be Selena growing up.
I could fall. I love that song. Her little Spanish, too. I tried to sing along. I don't know what I'm singing, but...
Oh, hey, hey, hey. I remember
it.
that. I used to listen to her album over and over again.
So good.
Anyway... Are you ready for...
Ready.
Oh, wait. This is family stuff. So
Okay.
still lighthearted.
Okay.
Oh, obviously, you're married.
Yes.
To Broc. And how long have you guys been married?
We got married in 2011. So is that 8 years? Yeah.
Yes. Because we both got married in 2011.
Yes, we did.
Of
Ironically.
course.
I mean, not surprised, but
You guys
yeah.
had a funny story about
8
your
years.
first date.
Yeah, first date.
Had to deal with Starbucks, too.
So Brock was really persistent about going on a date. He really wanted to take me for sushi. He really wanted to go out. But I was at a point in my life where I was like, I hate all dudes. And I think probably they're all terrible. That's just where I was.
We've all been there at
So
one
he
point
was
or
like
another.
really persistent. And I said, okay, I'll go. But I have anxiety, so I like to drive myself anyway. But then I was like, what if he was a murderer? I can't get into his vehicle. Like, I don't know him.
That's a legit concern these days.
And it's not like back in the day where you would like have tons of social media or like really communicate that way. This was like back when he had a flip phone. Okay. He had a flip phone and he would like text like 1111 to get to A. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, gosh. I
So
remember those days.
it wasn't as easy to communicate or really get to know someone or really stalk someone you know, on the internet.
Yeah.
So he asked me on this date through MySpace.
Shout out to MySpace.
Shout out to MySpace. And I was like, okay, I'll meet you. I said, let's meet at the Starbucks.
Yeah.
Well, I meant like meet there so we could drive like and go where we were going. Like I would follow him or he would follow me. And he thought that I meant we were going to go into Starbucks. So when I got to Starbucks, I had already got my coffee and come out.
Yeah.
And he said that he didn't tell me this till years later that he saw me come out of Starbucks. He's like, why would she go in to our date and have coffee by herself in Starbucks? But I wasn't thinking about it that way. So we went to sushi and it was good and it was fine. My mom had actually had surgery when I met him, so she gave me a list of things to get for Easter baskets. And I was like, okay, bye, at the end of our date at the end of eating. And he was like, oh, what are you up to after this? And I told him I had to shop for Easter baskets. And he was like, I'll go with you. Biggest trooper.
So
we were like
strange.
Walmart, Target, Michael's. We had to do all this list for her.
Is that how you knew he was the one
and I
at
was like,
that point?
I was like, okay, he seems pretty legit at this point. So we'll let him hang around. Yeah, so that was a weird first date all
so
around.
funny.
Mostly because he thought I was such a weirdo for getting myself coffee and walking out and being like, all right, let's go to dinner. Let's do
Where are
it.
we going? Okay.
What else do you
You
got?
have 3 kids.
Yes, I do.
3 daughters. We touched on that last time.
3 little ladies.
Brothers and sisters.
1 sister, 1 brother,
Okay.
all musicians.
2 parents.
2 parents, all musicians.
All musicians. Okay, now for some fun, random questions.
Okay, I'm ready.
What's the funniest thing that has happened to you recently?
Recently?
Yes.
Besides the chili and the
Oh,
chili
okay,
powder?
that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I
okay.
think that
Anything besides
that's
that?
very fresh.
Yes.
That's very
okay.
recent.
So we'll just say that you
Yeah,
answered that one
for
already.
sure.
Most embarrassing moment, and this doesn't have to be recent.
Oh, there's a couple pretty bad ones, but
really?
the-
Okay.
I can't
PG
I
rated.
can't tell the worst one because it's just too much to give to the world. So I will tell one that happened
I can't
probably
wait to
about a
hear
year
that
ago.
one, though.
I will
Okay.
tell it to you, but
Give us the
not
PG
here.
one.
So I was taking my daughter Lily to her psychologist
Yeah.
appointment. And it was someone that we had never met, brand new. And I had like one of those backpack purses and I had come from work. So I was wearing like a cute skirt and top and some boots. And my little backpack purse was next to me on the floor. And he said to me like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. Can you come on back? So I stood up to meet him and I pulled my purse strap was wrapped around my leg that I didn't know. So I lifted the purse and my entire skirt went up. And this is a guy I have never met before. And
Wow.
Lily, the poor child, is looking at me
In slow
and
motion.
she's like, are you serious? And I was like, oh, this is an example of who I am. So sorry. So I put the purse back down and then I go to walk and I trip because
Oh
it was
my
still
gosh.
around the ankle. So,
How did you recover from that?
I
Did he laugh?
He laughed. I laughed. I looked at Lily, who was definitely embarrassed. She's like, "This is my mom, of course." But I basically said to him, like, "This is me. This is who I am as a person, and this is just one of the regular everyday things that go on in my life. So I'm sorry that you saw my underwear today. But let's just go in and have a serious talk now about my daughter. Let's just skip right to the serious. Let's do our best.
Did the rest of the session hopefully go?
He was fine.
Pretty well, yeah.
It was great. I was super embarrassed, but
I'm sure he's seen a lot worse.
We made it through. We made it through.
Psychologist.
But yeah.
He's be like, oh my gosh, I can see why they need help.
He's like, this girl.
Okay, so one thing I know about you, Julie, is that you don't really prefer like physical touch, and I mean like a hug upon meeting somebody for the first time. My husband was actually the one who got Julie on board with our worship team at church, and he is a huge hugger. Like he loves people, and I'm very reserved when it comes to people. Like I'm very not trusting at first.
He really
went in for that hug.
Tested it.
So how do you prefer someone to console you when you're upset?
Oh, it's a hard one.
Like, do you actually like hugs at that point or leave me alone?
Sometimes it depends on who you are. I'm sorry. I'm so picky about hugs. I actually am more of like need some time to kind of deal with whatever it is I'm going through and work through it and process it kind of a person, whether it's like really being upset or being anxious or devastated or whatever that is. I tend to do that. I tend to talk things out better. Or, you know, when you're crying and you're like talking or crying.
Between sobs.
Yeah,
and
that too.
But
it depends. Like there are certain people that I feel okay with like getting a hug and consoling. But I'm terrible at it. It's actually one of the things in therapy that I'm working on is that I have to she said I have to hug people for 5 seconds.
But why?
I guess to like work, like what is the reason, the underlying reason as to why I'm just not a hugger. I don't know what exactly it is. So I guess I'm just testing it to see if it's really something I need to work through or if it's just who I am as a human.
Yeah, I guess there's two sides to that because I feel like if you don't like to be touched that way, like my mom doesn't really like to be massaged or, you know, she likes to be hugged by certain people. Mm-hmm. And I think that's okay because we all receive and give love differently. I mean, I'm sure everybody's read the 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. And I think to me that's okay to not want to be hugged.
Sometimes I just want someone to sit with.
Right.
Like it doesn't even have to be like talking or anything like that. I want someone to sit next to me or I just want someone to be like, hey, I'm here, or even a text or a phone call or a FaceTime, you know, things like that. Those mean a lot to me. Like investing in people and communicating with them are really important to me.
And I think for girls too, communication, like when I'm upset, I want to talk to my husband about it. I don't really want to hug it out.
Right.
You know, I almost feel trapped when I'm hugged by somebody. I'm like, okay, that's enough.
And then I'm like, how long has this been?
Yes. How long should it be? You know, is there like a certain time frame that hugging should be under?
They say that like over 6 seconds is like what your brain needs to activate the happiness of a hug. But sometimes it's like people over 20 seconds.
Oh.
No. That I promise like that will never no one hug me for that time. Not. Big on high fives. I love a good high five. Yeah. I love a good pound.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But no.
You know what I like?
Like a hug.
It's funny. I like the forearm touch. Do you know what that is?
Like this?
No, when somebody like just touches me on the forearm.
Oh, yeah.
Or a shoulder touch.
I'm okay with that.
That I'm okay with.
That to me feels like they care about me, but they don't. Yeah. They understand that I don't want to hug.
I don't want to hug,
exactly,
right.
Yeah.
I don't like a full-on embrace.
Yeah, and when we pray before worship, we like get into a circle.
Yes.
And everybody like puts their arms around each other, and it is
that bothers
struggle. It is a struggle for me.
Worship team, now you know.
I love it, and I want to be a part of it, but it's just like, I'm just going to hold this coffee. I'm going to be a part of it. I'm going to be near you.
I noticed that when you hold your coffee, and I'm like, I'm holding you like this. Like, why?
Guys, it's not because I don't love you. It's because I have a hug issue.
I totally get it. Or like holding hands and all that. I don't know.
No, not a big fan.
But I totally get that. Also, when hugging, there's a few people that I know that hug like where they're going to suffocate you and it hurts to hug them.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to tell them, like, dude, you're hugging me too hard.
Where I can't breathe. Like, no, do not come near me.
I will not hug you today. Okay.
What's next?
Oh, this is actually, I don't remember putting this one down.
Oh.
Who was the last person to make you cry and why?
Oh.
Wow, that's really personal, Des.
That is real.
Wow.
That's real personal, getting
That's
real deep.
really deep. Why did I put that one there?
Man.
If you can answer it,
I
do
definitely
it.
am
You
an
can pass.
emotional human, for sure. And I carry other people's
Pain?
yeah, definitely. Like
Okay.
if I know
like
someone
Steve.
I love is hurting, or I just like absorb that for them and I feel with them. But sadly, people close to me are the last people that have made me cry.
Or the last people?
Yeah,
Okay.
really close.
Oh, okay, the
like,
last people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some close people that I don't want to call them out, but
No, of course.
You know, life is difficult,
Yeah.
and sometimes closest people to us will hurt us, and that's just life. And of course, like I'm sensitive, so I take things differently or misunderstand totally. But yeah, I also did cry yesterday when the kittens were left. And
Oh, yes. Julie rescued some kittens.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
yeah, I didn't personally find them. They were just brought to me. Somebody had left 4 kittens in our outdoor playground at my job, and they were clearly left by a human. And they were all little, don't know when they ate, and I was so emotionally upset for the fact that these poor kittens, if they hadn't been found by a little kid like going to play, they would have been in there and probably like suffocated from the heat. And it was just, that alone was killing me inside. I was like, these poor little helpless little cats. Like, how do you
so
just look at them and you're like, I'm
terrible.
just going to leave them here and hope that they're
Right.
found. Like, there's so many places that you can surrender a cat, or now social media, like put that up there. Like, hey, my cat had kittens. Anybody interested or anything like that? But please don't leave animals outside. Please, please, please.
Yeah, it's very inhumane.
It's terrible.
But you found good homes for them.
We did. They all found homes. And we have one now. Her name is Winifred.
So you took one, of
We
course.
did.
How many animals do you have?
We have one cat, one dog, and now baby cat.
Did your dog get
her name's Winnie.
Oh, that's so cute.
Winifred. Yeah, she's so cute. She's all black. She has blue eyes right now, which will probably change to green. And she's going to go see the vet on Monday. We'll see how healthy she is.
Oh,
She's
that's
been eating and
good.
drinking, though. So she's doing well. She's active. And I just, that made me sad.
Did your dog end up getting the haircut that she's so
Oh,
desperately
she's getting
needed?
a haircut. She's getting an appointment on Monday for her shot, and then she will get a haircut because right now she looks homeless. She
showed me
looks
that
real
picture. She's like a little Yorkie dog.
She's making me feel real guilty.
It's
Every
so
time I look at her,
funny.
I'm like, I know.
Like,
I
can
know.
she see at
I know
least?
she probably feels embarrassed because
Yeah.
you know how you just feel terrible about your hair? I feel like she's
Yeah.
walking around like, I'm having a day. I'm having a month.
Like, oh my gosh, get me a new owner.
It was kind of a way around the question, but I kind of answered it.
Yes, you did. Totally. Okay, so what's your favorite thing you own and why? I know you own a lot of things, lots of hats that you just gave away, lots of shoes that I
love shoes.
inherited a
I
pair
love
of
hats.
those.
I love fashion as a whole.
Yeah,
for sure.
Very fashionable.
Oh, I'd have to say, if there are 3 things in the world that as a girl I just think are important
Yeah.
for me personally.
Good pair of shoes.
Always a good pair of shoes.
Absolutely.
Good jacket. And a good lipstick. I really do love mascara as a side note, but I just think that when you put something on, like one piece of clothing that's like your empower, or like you call it your power shoes or your power jacket or whatever, it just gives you that extra boost. Maybe you're having a rough morning. Like I do this. Like I'm having a really rough morning. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to stick on that red lipstick and I'm going to be fine. I'm just going to
take
power.
on the day.
I'm going to power through. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
a leather jacket, though, would be my go-to number one
You
thing.
have some really cool leather jackets.
I'm about the leather jackets.
Yeah, and I think when you look good, you feel good.
Yeah,
in a sense. I mean, if
absolutely.
you're feeling depressed and anxious, so those people that deal with that, just getting out of bed and taking a shower.
Yep.
Doing your hair. If you're a girl, put some makeup on, put a nice outfit on. It really can change your whole
Absolutely.
trajectory.
For the day.
For the
Ooh,
day. Doesn't it?
trajectory.
I know, don't. I'm just full of words.
I like it.
I get like a new word in my inbox every morning. And usually they're words that I've never heard of. So I'm trying to build my vocab. I just love words because I'm a musician. I'm a songwriter. You're a songwriter. And I don't know. I like to feel smart, even though I'm probably the dumbest person on
That
the
is
planet.
so not true. So not true,
I like
world.
to feel smart.
No.
Okay. Who would you choose? Big question right here.
Ooh.
Who would you choose as a celebrity BFF?
Ooh. Is it musician BFF?
It could be anybody. Just somebody who's famous and that we all
man.
kind of know.
It's so difficult.
Kim Kardashian.
I don't know. I think she might be a little mean.
I think so.
Like, can we do a category? I'd say musician
Yeah.
that
let's do
isn't
musician.
isn't a worship artist.
Yes.
I love Sarah Bareilles. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
her. I think she is so funny. She's witty. She is always herself without any holds barred. She just is who she is. I just adore her. I definitely think it would be her.
Yeah.
For sure. I would want to hang out with her for just for 5 minutes.
Never seen her do an interview or anything. Like, I've heard all of her music and she's great, but it's so funny. I've never heard her speak.
She's very funny.
Yeah. Have you seen her live? Mm-hmm. Is she good?
It's so good.
Yeah.
She
I
plays
love
like
her.
every instrument. She's just
Oh, I'm sure
amazing.
she does. It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
It's disgusting.
I wouldn't
in
be
an
able to be
amazing
friends
way.
with her. I'd be like, I want to be you. Like, my life is worth nothing right now being
Nah.
in your presence.
I just would look at her and be like, tell me all your secrets.
Yes, tell me.
Tell me what kind of coffee you drink.
Does she drink coffee?
I think she does.
How much
hope
do you know
so.
about Sarah Bareilles?
I never see her holding a cup of coffee, but I feel in my heart of hearts that she's a coffee drinker.
I think so too.
So if anybody knows if Sarah Bareilles is a coffee drinker, can you
Please don't.
confirm? Can you confirm?
Sarah Bareilles, if you're listening, please confirm.
Yeah, please confirm. Also, let me know when we can hang out.
ASAP.
Please.
Side note, Julie and I have a very common interest, which is, I'm not even surprised. So I posted a picture of a Mini Coupe on my Instagram. And
Yes.
Julie's like, that's my dream car. And it's my dream car too. So
They're so cute.
Julie actually got to drive a Mini Coupe before I did. But I just took my first test drive. Test drive? Yeah.
What did you think though?
I loved it. It was different because you definitely feel like you're in more of a box, and it was a little bit hard to see, but it was one of the smaller coupes. I really love the Countryman,
Countryman.
whatever. It's just a little
Tomato,
bit
tomato.
bigger. It feels more of like an SUV.
They're just so
But
cute.
Which Mini Coupe, if you could buy one today, which one would you buy?
I think it would just be the mini, the small one.
Just the Mini. Yeah, the classic Mini.
The classic mini.
Awesome. What color?
Definitely white.
Of course.
It
Why
may
didn't
or
I
may
know
not
that?
have a black stripe. I don't know.
Yeah, I love those
Because the
bonnet
stripes are cute.
Yeah.
But I definitely would love, I want the full-on sunroof. Like,
So convertible?
Open that sucker up.
Convertible coupe.
Let's just ride.
Yeah.
Let's just
I
ride.
don't think I've ever driven in a convertible.
I'd like to do a little cross country, but
Yeah.
I don't want my anxiety to hold me back.
I
I instantly said it
know.
and then almost sucked it back in.
Yeah, me too.
I would love to be able to go and just do fun stuff and be free and stay who knows where and not have an agenda, but my brain does not function like that.
Mine doesn't
I'm
either.
jealous of those people.
I know. I'm jealous of those people who are just completely fearless. Like, I work with a guy who has, no girlfriend at the moment, no family, no kids. And he takes a week or two off every 4 weeks. He just got back from Iceland. He went to Ireland and he's going to Italy. And he went to Ireland twice, I believe.
I just am amazed by people that can travel alone like that.
Yeah.
You just
completely
go
alone.
and
He's like,
you
yeah,
just
I'm just
do
going
it.
by myself. He's like, yeah, I walked 6 miles in Ireland. Didn't really know where I was going. You would have to drive me to the nearest hospital.
I wouldn't
at
be.
that point.
I would immediately have my GPS on. I wouldn't be able to go anywhere. I'm like, where can I walk to?
Yeah.
Even now, right before we got here, I was like, oh, I could go for some orange juice, but I have no idea what's on the street. So I was like, should I just drive down the street? Luckily, I saw Heritage is not
Yeah,
far away,
it's
so
not
that
far.
was a quick recovery.
Mm-hmm.
But in my heart, I'm like, oh, I don't know this street at all. Like,
Yeah.
people, how do you do it? I just want to absorb that energy.
We
Like,
should interview him.
I want to know how he
should
does
interview
that.
Belle.
Absolutely.
I don't know. There's this like aggressiveness. I guess they have this fearlessness. It's a personality type that you have to have, and we're different
Yeah,
personality.
I do not have it.
and that's okay.
But I
know?
crave it. Like, I would love to
Me
be able to do
too.
it.
That's my
Maybe.
prayer for my son, is that he would be fearless and just go anywhere.
Absolutely.
You know?
For him, totally, I agree.
And
I love that.
And not to throw women under the bus or anything like that, but I think most men are like, they're just okay with doing crazy things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have one friend who's a missionary to Nepal. I mean, that's like 2 plane rides, 11 hours each, and then another 9-hour drive. And then you got to walk 5 miles to the remotest civilization with like dead bodies on this road and everybody, because people are starving.
And
over
all
there.
I can think about right now is like, where would I go to the bathroom?
Exactly.
in that time frame, and also,
is there a hospital
like,
somewhere?
Is there somewhere local that I can get to in case of an emergency?
Is there a Wawa?
That's where my.
Is there a Starbucks?
Will there be coffee there? And if not, I can't
That
go.
would be the first thing.
But yeah,
I think it's the idea of not being familiar with our surroundings. Like if I feel lost, even if I go to like Six Flags,
yeah,
I
I'm
need
not
a
big
map.
on change.
I hate change.
Not big on
yeah, I don't
change.
like it either.
So
We
that.
feel those people who are dealing with anxiety. So Julie has some really cool tattoos, and I actually don't have any. Another opposite that we share. So
what you want to know?
I'm looking through my notes right now. Anyway, so tell me about one of your tattoos. Like the inspiration behind it.
Well, my first tattoo was a lily, not for any reason except for I thought it was pretty.
Yeah.
But my tattoos on my arm, my sleeve of tattoos, are all meaningful tattoos. Not just because I like them. I also like them, but
Yeah.
there are birth flowers for my family. I have a deer that represents myself because, as you guys know, little baby deer, they fall a lot and then they get back up and they continue to walk. So that was a representation just for me. I also have the word home, which Broc has with him because we decided that no matter what happens in life, together we're home and we'll keep that going. I have a eucalyptus branch because eucalyptus is a calming scent for people that struggle with anxiety. So
Really?
that's there
I
as
have
like
to
a
get me some
reminder.
eucalyptus.
I have an ampersand, which stands
that?
for, an ampersand is the and sign, which a lot of people use the semicolon to represent like hope beyond suicide.
Oh, okay.
And it was for my daughter Tori. Our family got tattoos together. Maybe someday we can have her on and tell her story.
I think so.
And so other than that, I have just a lot of family wisdom on my arm. I have a teacup for my mom with a Tetley tea bag that sticks out of it.
Precious.
I have my mom's favorite doily tattooed on the back of my arm. I have my
What's
sister's.
a doily?
A doily?
Yeah.
It's like the little lace that you put underneath like for decoration.
Oh, okay.
And
Learn
I
something
have
every
a
day.
vintage perfume bottle that was my sister's on my arm. So I just have a lot of family representation on my arm.
It
I
is
have
very
a
beautiful
tattoo with my
artwork.
best friend that we got not long ago together just to remind ourselves that we're there for each other. And
Yeah.
when she struggles, it's a little flower and a big flower. So basically when she is going through things, I can be her big flower, and when I am, she can be mine. So just little reminders of things that are represented on my body for the love of family and people that mean a lot to me. That's really what my tattoos are, and almost all of them represent things.
And do you have a go-to person that does the art
I
that you
do.
trust? Because I would be
I
so
do.
afraid, like, oh, I don't like that.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know?
extremely picky, so I feel bad when I go there because I feel like I have a lot of opinion. But
think
Mike,
that's good, though,
Mike Sedges
for
is my
tattoos.
tattoo guy. He works in Brooklawn at 12 Ounce Studios. He is the best. He's the best. He
Shout
does
out to Mike.
everything. Shout out to Mike. He's so good at what he does. He's done my family's tattoos. He's done Tori's. He does Broc's. We're big fans of Mike. We became friends with him, and he's awesome. So definitely go to him. He's amazing.
Now, how much like detail do you have to give him to like in order for him to get the vision of what you really want? Because I don't verbalize what I really want, and my husband can attest to that. So I would be so afraid to be like, oh, I don't really want that, but I don't really know what I want.
Right. So you can tell him things that you love.
Yeah.
If you're not sure, you can just give him some ideas. You can also send him some pictures of things, and he'll compile them and make it into something for you. And he's very good about listening to you. So if you have an opinion, or you're like, I don't love that there, I don't love that there, like he will change it to what works with both of you. But he obviously is the tattoo artist, so he knows what's going to last. He knows what size things should be. The texture, all of that. He knows what will be in for the long haul because a tattoo is forever.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that in years to come that it
You
still,
still
looks
like it.
good and that
Yeah.
it's still, looks like what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So he's wonderful, and as long as you give him some idea, like he takes it and he runs with it. He's an artist, so he takes it from 0 to 10. You don't have to do a lot of the work.
Yeah. It's good to find somebody you trust in that area. My husband has one tattoo. He's been wanting to get more.
You should definitely go see him.
Yeah.
For sure.
Have you ever, a few more. Are you ready for a few more? These actually aren't too bad.
I think they're good.
Yeah. Have you ever broken a bone, or what's your worst injury?
Oh, yeah. I am
That sounds pretty bad.
the person that weird stuff happens to.
Tell us.
Well, I have broken bones. I've broken my hand, broken my sternum bone.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I was in a head-on car accident.
Wow. When was that?
It was August 2015. Head-on car accident. Guys, believe in seatbelts, please. I always wear seatbelts, but I mean, this day, I'll never forget it. Got hit head-on. The airbag went off, and the airbag is actually what broke my sternum because we're petite, and when you're petite, you like sit close to the wheel, and so you can't help it. You kind of are gonna get injured by it one way or another.
And you were wearing your seatbelt.
I always wear my seatbelt, and I was wearing my seatbelt, and my hands flew up in the air and got burned, like the tips of my fingers got burned. But when a guy from I got hit right in front of a liquor store, and a guy came right out, and he got me out of the car, and he was saying to me, like, I got to get you out, your car's leaking stuff and it doesn't look good, and let me get you. And I kept saying, my mom told me never to get out of the car at an accident. He's like, you're hurt, I need to get
and
you
your
out.
car's about to blow up.
So he luckily
get out.
the accident happened not far from my house.
Yeah.
My parents' house, and the guy got me out of the car, and he was sitting with me, and I actually could not hear because the airbag is really loud when it goes off.
Really?
And it creates a ringing in your ear.
No
So I was like
idea.
all thrown off. I couldn't hear. I like had this pain, and I could see my brother. No, my brother. He found out I was in the accident, and he came running. He didn't even drive. He ran to me, and I just remember like seeing him and being it was all so weird and confusing.
It was like
But
a
at the
dream
time,
sequence.
yes,
you know?
it was. And at
Yeah.
the time, they didn't know my sternum was broken. So they would have flown me to Cooper, but they didn't know.
Yeah.
So they took me in an ambulance to Voorhees, and they were like, you have a broken sternum.
Oh my goodness.
A broken hand, broken sternum. But God is amazing. I did have a infant, a premature baby at home. And actually, it was my due date that I got hit in this car accident.
Wow.
And she was a preemie, born 7 weeks prior.
Wow.
And
Was that Lily?
Yes. And they had told me that if I was still pregnant with her, she wouldn't have made it.
Oh my
based on the
goodness.
injuries, or it would have been like severe problems. So God is always up to something.
Yeah.
I remember when I was I was going into labor with her, and they were telling me like, she's going to be a preemie. We don't know what's going to happen and all this stuff and the complications. And the NICU is amazing. They took her right away. I didn't even get to see her, but she stayed there with them, and they really helped out. But when I got in the accident and they had told me that, I'm like, God, like, you're so cool. You knew this was going to happen. You wanted to protect her, and that's why this played out this way. And I had great family because I couldn't lift her. I wasn't allowed to lift anything because of the sternum and the arm, obviously.
Yeah.
So I had great family that would hand her to me, and I would like hold her, and then they would take her back. But God is so good.
Yeah.
So that's just one of the crazy broken bones that has happened to me. That was the probably the worst one.
There's been a few instances, probably more that I don't know of, where I felt God's hand on my life, like being at a traffic light, a red light. One time I felt this overwhelming desire to text my friend and just encourage her, and I was sitting at the red light. You're not really supposed to do that. You're not really supposed to text and drive at all.
Text and drive. She was stopped.
I was stopped.
We don't want to have haters. She was at a light and texting. Do not troll us because of this.
Please don't do that. It has a happy ending. My life was saved. But anyway, I was texting, and during that time, the light turned green. And I didn't see it because I was texting.
So please.
But I
don't
looked
text and drive.
up, and I was still texting. I'm like, oh, okay, the light's green. I went to put my phone down. Car came through the red light at like 60 miles per hour.
My gosh.
So if I had went at the moment it turned green, which we normally do, and not had waited those 5 seconds, I would have gotten hit.
Oh my gosh, I love those stories.
I love those stories. It's like I was supposed to text that person at that moment. And it was such an overwhelming sensation to text her. And then the other moment, same thing happened to me, but it was more funny. Like, I actually crack my joints and stuff. Like, you probably don't like that, right? I crack my hips. I crack my fingers.
She's
I
always
crack
like,
my
I gotta
neck.
crack my
I
back.
gotta crack something.
I gotta crack it.
It's terrible, terrible cracker. But I was at a red light and my hip I went to move it to the gas and my hip cracked in such a way that it was painful. And I couldn't go. I was like, oh man, I just got to sit here for a minute because no one was behind me. And the same thing happened. A person came through the red light at like 65 miles per hour. So if that didn't happen, I would have gotten hit again. Like,
oh my goodness.
like,
You have something about the red lights.
And
God is like, Des, no.
Yeah.
No. You may not go when it turns green.
Yes.
Wow.
You may not pass go. You may not collect $200. And I was coming home from a retreat at that point too. Like, you're on the mountain high of a retreat, a spiritual high. And, God forbid I had gotten in that car accident on the way home.
Wow. Wow. That's a really incredible story.
Yeah. So crack those joints as much as you need to.
You
never know when they're going to save your life.
Moral of the story of all the stories is that when God tells you to do something, or you have the little notion that you need to do something, take the second and do it. Yeah. Even as far as like, God has asked me to pray for people, and I'm like, I can't pray for that person. Like, she's gonna think I'm crazy. She's gonna think I'm weird. So
you're saying out loud, like next to
or
them.
anything. Like sometimes God asks things of you that are out of your comfort zone, or He asks you to do something as simple as, oh, Des, I think you should text your friend because there's a reason. And I think that we should never ignore those things. Yeah. Because we don't know what's on the other side of that prayer, or what that person is hearing on the other side, or what they needed, or even as far as what you needed. And so my encouragement is to really listen to the prompts and the God moments that God is giving you, because you really have no idea what is going to come after that.
Absolutely. And that's not to say that bad things don't happen. Like car accidents happen, people die. But I think the Lord does save us because He still has purpose for us.
Absolutely.
And we can see that hand. And then when it's time to go, however the Lord wants to take us, it's that time. But like you said, don't ignore those prompts, because the Lord still wants to use us, and He wants to save people. Yeah. That's why we're here.
Absolutely. Love it.
All right. So fun question. What other time period would you live in?
Ooh, that is challenging.
Isn't it? Like 60s, 50s.
It would 100% be the 60s.
Yeah.
I love the Beatles.
Yeah. That's
love the Beatles.
I'm not a Beatles fan.
Die hard. I don't know how we're friends then.
Opposites attract.
I love you in spite of that. Okay,
thank you. Unconditional
but the
love.
Beatles, to be around when it was like huge and there was that sensation. I mean, not to say that the Beatles aren't loved now, but different. I want to be a part of that. Yeah. Plus that era. I just like the vibe.
Yeah.
And the way that men are polite to women.
That's
during
true.
that time.
Yeah.
Like chivalry.
Yeah.
And just like the simplicity of life. Simplicity of going out till whenever and having to call someone and wait for them to call you back. Like, I want to go back to that.
I know.
I want to go back to where we had just our lives and like less competition and, I don't know, more time of just speaking to one another and hanging out and being out late at night with not being connected to your phone.
Absolutely.
Like just those things, that time. And also because I love the Beatles, if I didn't say it, because I would love to be in that era. But yeah,
I would have loved to have seen that too. Like, I do appreciate their music and their musicianship, and not denying, obviously, that they changed music. But, yeah.
Okay.
So, we can still be friends, right?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
You love coffee, and so.
Yeah, I do. Well, now that I'm a decaf drinker, or half-calf.
Still fine.
It's still coffee. It's still Starbucks. But, what was I going to say? I totally lost my train of thought there.
That's okay.
But that's okay.
Coffee, sponsor us.
Coffee, yes. Starbucks or Dunkin'.
People listening are like, they're like, stop asking people that. We're like, okay.
The gals run on Dunkin'. Actually, I don't like.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just got to say, not a Dunkin' lover.
No, I used to be. Up until
Once
the point.
upon a time.
Yeah. I mean, my colors for my wedding were the Dunkin' Donuts colors. Orange and yellow.
I need to see pictures of this.
Yeah. Yeah, they were actually the most beautiful flowers that you've ever seen.
I'm sure they were.
They were.
I want to see them.
Awesome. Most hated chore.
Putting away the laundry.
Yeah, me too.
Putting away the laundry.
I hate it.
Ugh.
I love actually doing the wash, like
it's
throwing
clean,
all the clothes in there.
It's great. I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
But the putting it away,
sorting it,
there's always like not enough room.
Yes,
that once
none of
was
hangers.
There.
Yeah.
Not enough hangers, socks. Nope.
Socks, yeah.
So I read this meme that said like somewhere in the world there's like the lone sock and the hairband that have disappeared from your life and they're just like hanging out together. I believe that to be true.
The lone sock and the hairband.
I said that one time the lone sock like reincarnated into a Tupperware lid that doesn't fit any of your Tupperware. That one is so funny.
I was thinking of that when I was reorganizing my Tupperware the other day.
It always happens. You're like, this Tupperware lid doesn't fit anything. Where did it come from?
Or you have no Tupperware.
It's a sock that was. It was a sock.
That's perfect. Yeah. I love that. And now every time I look at my Tupperware, I think of that. I'm like, it's a sock somewhere.
It's a sock.
I should just go do my laundry and maybe I'll pop out my Tupperware.
Maybe it'll be the bottom that it needs to be.
I'm at the point where I'm just going to throw all my Tupperware out.
Yeah, I hate it.
Dream vacation. It's our last one. And you could be anywhere right now besides doing this podcast.
I mean, Broc has been to Turks and Caicos. And
I always hear about it.
He said it was the most beautiful place he's
Yeah.
ever been to. And I really, really love the beach and the ocean. I feel God's presence so strongly when I'm there. And also for me, it just gives me an all over sense of peace.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I don't know, it slows me down in a different way. So I feel I would probably pick somewhere where it would be a lovely beach. But I also really want to go to Barcelona, which is the opposite of that. But I would say number one, probably Turks and Caicos.
Yeah, I heard the water for people with anxiety, that it kind of like gives them peace. There's something about the movement and the sound of the water.
Yeah, I love it.
That's why they have those in spas.
Yes, exactly.
You hear the music and the dripping
I don't even
of a
need to
water
get anything
fountain.
done at the spa. I just want to sit there and listen to it.
And just smell all the good smells. That was the other point I was going to make too when you were talking about the Beatles. For some reason, this popped in my head. Like you mentioned social media and wanting to go back to a point where we didn't compare each other, have all these comparisons. And I think that brings a lot of anxiety too.
Absolutely.
Social media, comparison. There was one other thought I had, but it totally left me. Because we really want to help you who deal with anxiety, and putting your phone down is one of those things that's going to help it. And sometimes not having my phone actually brings on anxiety now.
I know.
It's such a shame that we're so dependent on our phones. It's like my way of
And
being
so
connected
conditioned
with
to
people. Yeah. Like stopping at the red light to reach for my phone.
Right.
Even though sometimes it can save your life. It's not always.
If God's speaking to you.
If God's speaking to you, do it. Just not as you're driving. But
comparison is
it's deadly.
It's really, really terrible.
Yeah, it causes suicide.
We're never gonna be another person.
Yeah, never.
We're all our own individual selves, and it's hard, especially when all we see is other people posting vacations, posting fashion, posting this video, or they wrote this song, or they're doing this tour, and you look at it and you're like, I'm not enough.
Yeah,
even
I'm
as a
going
mom,
nowhere.
like I see moms that pack these lunches.
I know.
And I see these boxes. There are all these lunches, like they're like cute little sandwich that they've made into like an animal, and then they have like all this stuff. And I am over here like, I can't even cook a hot dog. Like how?
Or boil
and then
an egg.
and then I think I'm a terrible mom because I can't pack this lunch.
Yeah.
Like I should never feel that way.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just not
shouldn't.
the mom that's good at
You're
packing that
keeping your
lunch.
kids alive.
Okay, they're alive. Hey, that's
an accomplishment.
That is an accomplishment. But I am a mom that I'm good at something else.
Right.
But it took a long time to I still have those moments where I'm like, ooh, that lady, I don't know, she does this with her kids but that's her and I'm me. And we each have to see that we're different and we're created in a special way, and we are who God wants us to be. We're all not perfect. And as I said before, social media is a highlight reel. We don't always show the yucky stuff. You know, last night I wanted to take a picture of the new cat, but I had a face mask on. And I was, but
Hey,
not
girl,
even,
I've done that
not
before,
even a full
though.
face mask though, like just in the T-zone.
Oh, so you're like a
Right? So I had a
football
face
player
mask
at
on.
that point.
And I was thinking, this is how terrible social media is. I was like, I want to post a picture of this cat because she's so cute right now. But I had this face mask on
That
and I
would've
look
been
ridiculous.
hilarious.
So I didn't post it. And I'm saying this because like, even though I talk about like not comparing, I still had this thought
We
like,
do it
oh
too.
man, people are going to see me with the stupid face mask on and they're going to have opinions because I'm a people pleaser.
Me too.
And that's part of the struggle with comparison. We're people pleasers. We want to make people happy. We want to make sure that we're doing the right thing for others. We want others to feel comfortable around us. We don't want to hurt them. And so I'm so careful about what I do because I don't want the judgment. I don't want the negativity. I don't want someone to be upset with me. I don't want to say something that's going to hurt someone. So it's not just the comparison. It's also worrying about that. It's also people pleasing. So I don't want you to think I'm perfect in this because I'm not. I still do it. Even like the face mask last night. I should have just posted the cute photo of the cat with my stupid face mask on. And I mean, it's relatable. People wear face masks. But in my mind, I was like, nah, I can't.
Girl,
Sounds
I've done
silly
a
now,
full
though.
face mask where I posted it.
Doesn't it sound silly now that
Yeah.
now that you hear it out loud? Like that's so dumb.
No, you're not dumb.
That's so dumb.
So what are some of the things that you are proud of as a mother? Like, what are some of the things that you do well?
Well,
Yeah.
it's hard.
Oh, see?
Being a mom, you really I
You
don't.
do well on the negative. so
All I can
much.
think about is a ton of things that I don't do correct right now. I can say that my girls are strong girls. Like, I want my girls to feel empowered. I want them to have a voice. I want them to be able to speak up for themselves. And I want them to know that being an individual and being who they are is wonderful. They don't have to be anything like each other, that they should have their own goals and their own hopes and their own dreams. And that shouldn't have to matter to each of them. I want them to not compare to just each other.
Sure.
So those are the things that I'm proud of by empowering them.
I think that's pretty good.
I mean, other than that, I love them.
Yeah.
And I just want to love them so much that they don't have to ever guess.
Yeah.
And I'm always there. I want them to know that they can always talk to me. Yeah. So I try to do that. I'm not perfect at it. But those are the things that I want for them. So I guess that's something that I can see as a good part of me. But it is hard. As moms, we definitely think of all the negative things. Like, just then I panicked and was thinking, ooh, I don't know. Yeah. Do I do anything correctly?
Because we're so focused on dwelling on the negative. It's such a part of our sinful nature to do that. It's not natural for us to think of the positive things.
No.
Well, some people, they can. It's more natural for them to think positive. But yeah, even the other day, I was in the house all day and I felt bad for my son because we didn't really do anything. We didn't go to the park. I don't go to the zoo. I mean, a lot of my anxiety,
ditto, girl.
Comes from, being in crowds and stuff like that. So I don't really like doing that. But again, I'm like taking away from his, childhood or whatever. But I was talking to my pastor about all of this and he said, just Jesus said even giving a cup of cold water to your son or giving him a meal, like that's a good mom.
Yeah.
I mean, there are moms out there who are doing horrible things to their children and I can't read about it because it upsets me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to focus on the positive things that I do. And I love him and I kiss him if I could kiss him all day long, I just love his face.
So
he is really cute. And to focus on the positive things and write them down, especially on days when you're not feeling like you're a good mom because...
Oh my goodness, I'm so glad you said that because we had talked about this, that in one of my sessions with Kim Walker-Smith, she had challenged us to write down God moments. Write down the positive moments, date, time, what that moment was, times when you heard God speak, times when you saw an answer to prayer, times when you felt proud and accomplished and like the positive things, positive affirmations, so that when you are struggling or when you are feeling like in a funk or you're sad, you can go back and you can see those timelines. You can see a specific date and specific time, and you can read those affirmations that God has given you, which is an encouragement throughout the week. So when she told me that, I was like, whoa, why have I not done this? I mean, it's one thing to journal. I love to journal. I love to write things, but I never thought to write a specific date and time. And I think that is a game changer because you can go back to a year from now and you can say, look at all these things over this past year that God has done. And I think that that's just such a powerful thing to do. So my encouragement to you guys via Kim Walker-Smith is to do that journaling. It's not my idea, it's hers. And I just think it's amazing. And my other thing that I do is at the beginning of every year, I write down hopes and dreams for the year. On New Year's Day, I make a list for myself, for my family, for my career, goals, things like that. And then I get to look back and see what has happened in that time, or how maybe my goals have shifted, or what it will look like for the next year. But a way to mark things down is really helpful when you feel discouraged. So do that.
And it's funny because God's word was written down. You know, God wants us to write things down, even if it's on your phone. But there definitely is something about putting pen to paper.
I love pen to paper.
That is special. Because
I love a good journal too.
Yeah. And you have to actually write the words, like the letters.
Yes.
And it's something different that's typing is a lot different. You know, it's not as personal.
Even when I write lyrics,
yeah,
I tend to just immediately write pen to paper.
Yeah. It's just something more personal about it, something more intimate.
Yes.
It's coming from your heart. So let's share a song that we've been playing nonstop this weekend, Julie.
In closing of this podcast, we decided it would be fun to share a song that we've been nonstop playing.
Yes.
What's yours? Do you have one?
You want me to share first?
Yeah, you share first.
Well, it's funny you ask because I'm actually preparing for a few shows coming up. And both of those shows have requested certain songs. So I've been listening to the breakup song by Francesca Battistelli over and
you don't know me. There ain't no room in this story. Ooh, I love
look
it.
at that.
Good thing we're doing the show together.
I know, right? If I didn't know how to do harmony, that would have been really disastrous.
Oh my goodness, that really would have.
I would have been fired. It'd just been you, the gal.
The gal.
The Gal Podcast.
Please don't. No, that would go down real quick as a sinking ship.
So tell me, what's your song?
There's no secret because I posted it a lot this week, but Brian and Katie Torwalt came out with a new single. It's called Remember.
I have not listened to it yet.
The first time, this is their music writing. It is.
They're beasts.
I don't know how to
Beasts of
explain
writing.
the way that they speak their songs, their lyrics. Whew, amazing. And every time they say they're going to put out a song, I get super pumped. I'm like ready. I set that timer on that phone because I know that is going to be exactly something God wants me to hear. It's just always, I can hear God speak through their songs. And so their new song, Remember. Oh my Lord.
You gotta go listen to it.
Please listen to it.
I have to go listen to it.
It's so good. It's on Spotify. It's on iTunes. It's on everything. It is just reminding us. The chorus talks about, oh my soul, remember who you're talking to. The one who death bows to. That's the God who walks with you. If that doesn't say something to you,
I don't know what will.
And the way the music is done, I mean, it just, it's beautiful.
Go listen to
you
it.
Gotta, everybody go listen to it. Run. First, definitely subscribe to our Spotify so that you get updates.
Yes,
but then go right to Brian and Katie Torwalt, click that Remember, like that song, stick it in a playlist. I promise you, it will change your life.
It'll change your life. And if you want us to do a birthday shout out, you can do that. You can go to our Insta, the Gals Podcast. Or any shout out, yeah. If you do the birthday shout out, though, you got to ask us a question.
Yeah.
So we like questions. We like you to be involved in the conversation. And so thank you so much for listening to the podcast.
Yeah, and I hope that you liked getting to know me a little bit more.
So maybe next week you'll interview me.
I will interview you. And we'll learn a little bit more about Dez.
J-N-D.
Do life. Thanks for the chat.